Starting left to right, we've got the R-Finder USB charger. I got rid of that R-Finder radio. That was a piece of work, that radio. I didn't like it, but I did keep the charger. So I've got the R-Finder USB charger, the ubiquitous antenna cup.
M3WHB.
Let me turn that down. The ubiquitous antenna cup is where all the HT antennas live when I'm not using them. Surge protector and some USB battery packs. Then we've got our ICOM ID52s, a pair of those. One is none type of situation. And then we have an ID50, and those are on a ICOM charging base. One base charges all three radios. And you could add, I think, 3 more bases to that to have a total of 6 bases. Then we've got the Anytone DMR radio and the workhorse of the shack. Since this town is a System Fusion repeater town, I use this FT5D as my daily driver around town. All these radios have the signal sticks on them, so I've got the signal stick antennas. I really like those. Then we've got a 2-meter 440 rotor, basic cheap television antenna rotor, RCA. Then we got an FT3D. This is my System Fusion Wires X shack radio that I use in the shack. Let's see if there's any activity. Yeah. So there's some activity. And then next to that, we've got our System Fusion stack, which basically consists of a power supply, 12-volt computer, fan to keep the radio cool, the FTM 100D, and the Wires X HRI 200. That's Alexa, computer, stop. That's basically my System Fusion stack. As we move to the right, we've got the 2-meter microphone, the SM30 hand mic, which is plugged into the ICOM 9700, which right now is running through the hotspot on D-Star. And then that's a ZumSpot hotspot running D-Star. And then you've got the radio below it. Then next to that, we've got some more hotspots that aren't hooked up, but you can just hook them up right to here and get going really fast. We've got the Pete Brothers weather station. That sits on top of 2 power supplies. We've got a dummy load below that, and then we have 2 power supplies. These are the MFJ 30 amp power supplies, one for VHF, UHF, and one for HF. Next to that, we've got the Surface Pro, which is basically my FT8 and my HF male, WinLink male. Then you got the IC7300 Mark II, a webcam, and then a MFJ 949E multi-tuner, which basically I also use as an antenna switch. I have coax 1, coax 2, dummy load built into this. It's a great unit. And then you also have the manual tuner if you need to use it. It's got the built-in light. And next to that, we have our Rig Expert antenna analyzer. I keep this right by my radio because I have a cool way of checking my SWR on the incoming antennas. Basically, behind the radio, I have a switch, which my input for the transceiver comes from that tuner right into the back of the radio. And then I have my antenna analyzer on port B. So basically, if I want to check my SWR, analyze my antenna, just basically switch that over, and now we're looking at the antenna analyzer. I can analyze either what I've tuned with the tuner or just directly in the bypass from the outside. Put that back to the transceiver. To the right of that is Video LAN. So Video LAN basically is where all my HDMI inputs come in for my shack television up there. As you can see right now, we are showing the 7300 Mark II HDMI input. And to switch through those, basically you have 8 inputs on this A10 Mini Extreme. I run the 7300. On input 2, we have the Geochron. On input 3, we have a Raspberry Pi 5, which I also run HamClock on. Input 4, we have FT8 running on my Surface Pro. Input 5, we have an Apple TV. Input 6, we have the the System Fusion computer, which is showing, this is right now tied to Kansas City wide. Then we have our Shack computer on 7 and 8. So basically monitor 1 is 7, monitor 2 is 8. We also have our microphone input into here, so we can queue up any of the audio sources we want for any of those devices with the Extreme. Makes it nice. So basically, that's a quick and dirty Shack tour of the KK4TXB Shack 7.3s.